Yeah, sorry I ended part one a little bit abruptly because this is more off the cuff. But as far as more Uplift Protocol stuff, with one of the chapters, I have, Eliza stuck like way out there in the universe to where the bad guys were trying to get her off the battlefield. She fell for it because, again, she's not omni, like, omniscient. I can't speak today, but she's not godlike in terms of picking up everything. So, I've leave open things to where the characters can get blindsided by stuff. I mean, they try to prepare, don't get me wrong, but they do get blindsided. So she's trying to get back home. She's very familiar with the vibrations that Earth and Soul give off, so she's like, oh crap, I have to get back there. Now, what she doesn't realize, like, part of her speed isn't due to her actual superpowers, but you'll find out later there's an in-universe reason why she was able to zip across the entirety of the Milky Way, you know, um, within 5 minutes. That's what I love about this superhero setup I'm doing is like, yes, I do have reasons why stuff happens or why certain things can occur. And again, like I imagine some have picked up on it. Her Even though her defender capabilities haven't fully manifested yet, because a certain dapper someone is basically uh, preventing them from going full turbo for now. Because again, she doesn't have the experience quite yet to handle some of her stuff, and she's legitimately being cared for by her doctor to get her really big weakness up to par, because I decided to have an universe reason for her to also to be much more susceptible to magic, earth magic, and also keeper capabilities, is because of what initially happened to her. And if you read the prologue book, what happened to her brother. So, again, like I try to think of a reasonable explanation, at least within universe, of why certain things happen when they do. That's kind of the fun of balancing things. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, there's a power creep, But if you kind of think about how the powers are used and how the good guys and bad guys can counter each other, you won't hit a wall as much with that. Like, say for instance, Doc's healing ability. In some cases, people think healers are useless. It's like, no, but when you think about it, think about what a healer can do to a body if they're not healing people. I mean, Doc's abilities can get pretty, like, atrociously ridiculous and even somewhat disconcerting depending on how she uses those capabilities. But kind of like Dr. Stephen Franklin, even though Lorraine's prickly in some cases, she has a very well established sense of right and wrong, and she really doesn't even feel comfortable showing too much overall emotional weakness in front of people, even her own family. But especially not in front of Eliza for obvious reasons, because right now, with that relationship, the more romantic sense of it is more on Lorraine's side at the moment, rather than, Eliza's starting to realize, but again, since with their personalities, I decided to give them, like, they're really good at certain things, picking up certain things, but they are blindsided by other things, and that goes for all the characters. Which, I guess in a way it's kind of useful in a D&D sense, what they're, God, I'm trying to remember who brought it up on Twitter, but when you're doing virtues and vices of a character, try to just do a tiny little checklist. Like, in my opinion, like, this has helped me personally with my writing. Like, what are their, like, top three specialties, and then where are they really deficient at? So that way, when you make a team book, or like even with superheroes, even though Eddie's power isn't like super over the top, it will help the heroes in the long run because he basically is spot hidden on crack. The dude can basically, it doesn't matter if they got the best tech available. Something will just twinge in his brain like, there's something there, man. There's something there. So, and now I'm going to edit this out to start a part 3. I figure I'd do it in chunks for everybody.